guys, and welcome to chapter 2 of the trailer chapters, which is what I am calling this thing right now. I don't know if that's a good name or not. Maybe you have something you think is a little bit catchier. If you do, let me know in the comments. That's just what I am calling this whole situation for right now. It could change later on down the road, but at any rate, chapter 2 of whatever this is. I am in the travel trailer. As you can see in the background behind me, we have blue tape up everywhere and white spackle on the walls. We patched all the holes and we're still in the process of getting everything taped up. We got just about everything yesterday. We still have a few areas, so that's what I'm doing. I'm actually in the parking lot of Home Depot right now. Stuart works at Home Depot, and because we've had a little bit of a lull in between when we got the trailer and when we can take it to where we're going to be storing it, he's been pulling it with him to work every single day and parking it in the back half of the Home Depot parking lot. But you know, it's really convenient that we're able to do that. It's kind of cool that he works at Home Depot because we've been going to Home Depot a lot for this entire endeavor. Home Depot, if you want to sponsor us, hit us up because we're definitely bringing you some business with this whole thing. I actually just left, and in addition to continuing to tape up everything, a couple of days ago when I went through and spackled everything, I missed a few places, so I had to get more of this spackle stuff. It's a wall repair patch kit, but it comes with the spackle and the little handle and everything that you use. So I'm going to go through and get those places that I missed patched up, and then while those dry, I'm going to continue to tape everything and just continue to get this thing rolling. We're practically at a point now where after we get done taping, it's gonna be time to start putting paint to the walls, and that's really exciting, but also kind of an area where I think we're gonna get slowed down, and that's kind of what I thought from the beginning, because not only is painting very time consuming, but in addition we're working around Connecticut weather, and since it's still only February, it is still pretty chilly, and you don't want to paint when it's in, you know, freezing temperatures or near freezing temperatures. So we're going to have to be looking ahead at the forecast and trying to pick days where it's going to be not raining and humid, and you know, at least mid 40s, hopefully 50s would be even better. So I mean, that might slow us down for a little bit, but we have plenty of time. We don't have to worry about getting this thing ready to go until, like, by the latest, I think we would probably want it ready to go by like late May. So we have time, and that's good because we're gonna need it. Just to take you and show you real quick what we did. So the dinette and the sofa used to be right here. This is the slide out that you're looking at. It is gone. We took that out. It is no more, and it really opened this space up. I have the slide in right now because there's no point in pulling it out. I don't need to, but even just taking it out, we opened up this whole area, and the furniture that we're going to be putting in here is going to be significantly smaller than what was here originally, so that's awesome. And then the bunkhouse we got completely stripped out. It's completely ready to go. There was a set of bunks here, a set of bunks there. Those are no more, those are gone. So this whole room is open, and it's gonna be our utility, laundry, pet room, basically, where, you know, kind of everything that doesn't fit in the rest of the trailer is gonna go. We have all the cabinets and everything pulled off because those are going to be painted, sanded, everything else. And then this is the master bedroom. It looks very stripped down right now, but again, it's going to get painted. We're getting a new mattress, blah, 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 blah. So yeah, basically just to catch you up to speed with everything that's been going on. I haven't touched the bathroom yet. I'm honestly really excited about the bathroom. I think it's going to look fantastic when it's done, but I held off on doing a whole lot just because I don't want to bite off more than I can chew too soon, and I really think that painting the main areas of this travel trailer are going to take a while. So for now, I'm just going to leave the bathroom alone. It's not going anywhere. We've got plenty of time. So I'm just going to get started on this taping, get everything spackled, and yeah, go from there. So happy to have you guys. Alright, so I'm in the process of taping up this portion of the ceiling right here, which, by the way, taping a ceiling is for the frickin' birds, man. Not my favorite thing in the world to do. I know it'll pay off, but anyway, I'm taping and I'm running into this old track here from when there was curtain separating the bedroom from the rest of the camper. I already knew that this would need to be taken down eventually because we're not going to be putting up another curtain. We're actually looking at doing some type of door situation. And now it's getting in the way of me taping, so I think I'm just going to cut my losses and go ahead and just take it down now, save myself the trouble, and it'll make taping up around this area a whole lot easier. It's gotta come down, that's for sure. Okay, so I think I'm pretty much done getting everything taped. There's like one spot that I can't get to very easily because it's kind of high and I can't balance and hold on and tape at the same time, so I'm probably gonna have Stuart do that. We're pretty much at the point now where, like I said, we're just waiting for good weather to where we can start painting, which is really, really exciting. I showed the pictures of the paint that we're picking in the last chapter, so if you haven't seen those, go and check that out. We have all that stuff picked out. But as far as the travel trailer is concerned for today, I think I'm done. The spots that I spackled are still drying, so I'm gonna leave those alone for the meantime, and I'll come back and sand those down the next time that we're in here, tomorrow or whatever. I think we're gonna call it quits for today, mainly because the weather is not supposed to be too good the rest of the day, and it's also not very warm, so there's really not a whole lot more that we can do, and there's other things that we would like to do. Working on this travel trailer, as much fun as it is, it could start to take over our lives a little bit too much and get to where it's the only thing that we're focusing on, and there's other stuff that we want to do. And again, we have plenty of time. There's no point in rushing it to get everything done. So for now, I think we're all set. So it feels like we have been priming for 1,000 years, but at long last, after some trial and error and some lessons learned and several coats of primer, we're finally done. And I just wanted to take a second and pause before we get into the fun part, the part that I'm excited about, which is actually putting color on things, and talk about a couple of the things that we've learned, because I think we've learned some lessons throughout this whole process that would be good to know if you ever decide to primer anything, but specifically a travel trailer.
Yeah, so getting into like nooks and crannies, there's a multitude of options that you can use. You could use any kind of brush, roller, anything basically. We had a lot of trial and a lot of error with trying to use like traditional, the regular just brushes, bristle brushes.
Somebody that we watch on YouTube, they have a great channel, and they recommended that when they painted their cabinets in their travel trailer, they used a brush. A bristle brush. And I don't know if this is like an old-fashioned kind of thing, like there's a subset of people who just really love using brushes to paint. My grandmother is like that. She will only paint with a bristle brush. I am not a believer in it. Do what you want, but we learned that the actual roller, specifically a foam roller, works way better for
high density foam,
for creating a much more even and thick coat of primer, so you aren't constantly having to go back over the same thing over and over again. The brushing just didn't work great for us.
And for cutting, like getting in the nooks and crannies, you could use a bristle brush as well, but it's not going to cover as well. Some might say, oh, you're going to use more paint using something else. Well, that's the goal, is to use more paint. So using more paint with, like, as you see, like the arts and crafts little foam brushes, just putting that little wedge down into each little crack works great. You can go along the whole trim and just dab, 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 dab.
Yeah, these were really great high density foam rollers. Another big thing that we learned is the taping. I think we kind of underestimated how much taping we would have to do. Of course, we thought like, oh yeah, I have to tape around the windows, I have to tape around outlets, like all that kind of thing.
Probably went through 6 rolls of tape.
There's so much, and
we're gonna have to do more when we tape or paint.
And the thing of it is, you have to pull up the tape every single time you get done painting so that the tape and the paint don't adhere to the surface that you were trying to protect and stick to it. The blue painter's tape that we were using will do that unless you pull it off, and we kind of learned out the hard way because we let it dry on there, and then we went to pull it off, and it was a mess.
You don't have to pull it off everywhere. Like you see, we didn't pull it off the ceiling and stuff like that. Just because, well, we didn't get those really wet, but a surface that you get the surface and the tape wet, you're going to want to pull that so it makes a clean line. That's just kind of painter 101 stuff.
I think there were a few points in this where we kind of were looking at each other like, oh man, did we bite off more than we could chew here?
I had some moments.
I did too, and they happened at different times for each of us. Like, I had my moment where I was like, I don't know if we can do this, like this seems like so much, this is such a huge project. I am overwhelmed, and you calmed me down.
And I'm still thinking about doing flooring after this, and
This is a process, and I think the big thing for us is going to just be not letting ourselves get overwhelmed and taking it in bite-sized pieces and not looking too much at the big picture, because if you look at the big picture, it does seem huge, but...
Talking to my folks on the phone, if y'all are listening to this, no, nothing against you, but y'all were like, wow, I didn't realize that y'all would buy a travel trailer, and like, I thought you'd change some stuff, but I didn't realize you're going to take everything out and repaint everything. And last night we were talking to them, and they were saying, well, how much are you painting? Well, if we're not painting something, we're putting wallpaper, or we're going to put a backsplash somewhere. Other than that, pretty much everything you're looking at is getting painted. So it's a small area, but we're doing multiple different colors and so many things to tape, this and that. It's a lot. It's not undoable.
It's not undoable, but it's important to have a plan and to kind of know what you're getting yourself into, and pay attention to people who have done this kind of thing before, weigh their opinions, and then just kind of roll your sleeves up and get into it, because that's the only way that it's going to get done. But we finally got all the primering done. Today we're going to start doing the painting, which I'm really, really excited about. I feel like now we kind of like cleared everything out, created a blank canvas for us to work on, and now we're going to go in and put our own spin on everything, and I'm really excited about that.
We're actually, I didn't think about this, I don't know if you did, but we have all these cabinet doors off. We're going to have to figure out what goes where, because half of the stuff is getting...
I put a piece of tape behind every single cabinet door so we know where they go.
Because some things are
I already anticipated that.
Okay.
I already anticipated that. So we're going to get into it. I just wanted to kind of give a quick little update in the middle of all this with the montages of the painting and the primering and everything like that, and just kind of share what we've been going through, because it has been a little bit exhausting, and there have been points where we've been like, holy cow, what have we done? And if you are going into that process, just know that you're probably going to feel that way, and it's totally normal, and it's totally fine, and everything is going to be okay.
Yep.